Hi there, I'm Rodney, and in today's video we're going to do a 4-light studio setup using only a single speed light. Hi there, I'm Rodney, and today we're going to be doing some product photography. We're going to be photographing this old vintage camera. It's kind of chosen because it was the type of camera that I first got into photography with. And secondly, it's got some shiny bits to it, which make it a little more challenging to photograph. And so that's why we're going to be using that. We're going to be doing this with one speed light. And so this is something, if you've got a simple flash, that's all you need to do this. We're doing this in my studio, which is actually, the challenge right now is that I have such amazing light in here that we're trying to shut it all down and block the light so we can show you what you can get with just a speed light. So that's what we're going to be doing today. One light photography. We are going to use some other things as well. So we're going to do some with just this, with just a speed light. We're going to add just a little softbox, and we're going to add a little diffuser panel as well. So those are the two little accessories we're going to do, and we're going to use them for different reasons. So that's what we're doing today. So the way light painting works is our shutter is going to be open for about 10 seconds. And that's going to allow us time to kind of move around and fire the flash multiple times. So with this, all we're simply doing is taking our flash unit and we're setting our flash manually to a power that we want. This, I'm going to use a 1/4 power because I can get 4 shots off before it needs to recharge anything. And that'll be enough time to do it all within 10 seconds. And so we just hit the test button. And when we do that, it fires a flash. And so we're going to use this like we would like a flashlight when we're light painting. We're going to use it to light the product. The challenge is that a small speed light means it's a hard light. And hard light means that it's usually very hard edge shadows. And when we've got metal like this, we don't want to see like hard light typically won't give it a nice even light all the way through. That's where we bring our diffusers in. And with this, if I photograph through this or shoot the light through this, now all of a sudden we're going to get a really nice broad highlight on the chromy bits, and we'll be able to use the speed light alone to give it highlights, rim lighting highlights on the bits that don't need that broad light. And so we can do it without a little diffuser, but it's just easier to get a nice broad light in the chrome with it. If you don't have a diffuser and you're like on a serious budget, you're just like, I just got my camera, that's all I've got, and a speed light, then you can simply use a piece of paper and shoot through that. It'll give you the same, it'll do the same thing. And so, yeah, just don't use like cardstock because it's pretty opaque and you're not going to get any light through that. But if you use a simple light piece of paper, you'll get a similar look coming through that, and it's a great budget-friendly way to go. So that's what we're going to be doing. Our settings on our camera, it's bright, it's daylight in here right now, but on our camera we're down to the lowest ISO possible. We have our shutter speed down to 10 seconds, and our aperture is up to like f/22, just to try and minimize that the amount of light coming in. So we got a really small hole there. It's going to give us nice depth of field. Everything's going to be nice and focused, but it also allows us to have a longer shutter speed, which we need in order to have time to come around and light paint. So that's what we're doing. All right. So we're also shooting tethered, so we can immediately see the results we're getting, which is great. I can either push the button on my camera here, or we can just, in Lightroom here, we can simply click our capture button. And so we'll just do a baseline shot here, and then I'm going to add a little bit of light to the base layer, which is just a piece of slate. And so we're gonna add some water to that, just so that it gives it a little bit of something there. So that is just going to give us a bit of a different effect here. Adds a little bit more character to the image. We're going to do one more little test with that. And this will be our 10-second exposure. Okay, so now we can see a bit more of that. So we're gonna crop it right in here, but we're getting some definition from that water, which is great. Now, our aperture, let's just bring that up to f/29. It's still too bright, and I don't want to slow down our shutter speed. So we're going to bring our aperture up to f/29, and our flash is ready. So let's give this a go. So here we go, first image. We're going to put some on the background there. We're going to come here, give it a backlight and a bit of front light, a bit of front light, a bit of top light. There we go. And let's see what we got. Okay, so I'm loving the little bit of background light. It's a bit hot in here. I'd like a bit more down here. So we're going to try and do that. But everything else looks good. It's a little hot on this edge, so I'm going to tone that down in the next one. And we're going to give this another go. Okay, first shot, pop that. We're going to do a little pop from here, and then we're going to give it a bit of texture light here. Let's see what we get with that. Okay, that's a bit better. I'd like a bit more definition on this side. I'd like a bit more down here, and a bit more on the top as well. So we're going to just play with that again. On a quarter. So here we go. Let's see how that sits. Well, that's pretty decent. I'm kind of liking that. I'm going to set my focus point right in here. Just going to dump a little bit of water in here again and kind of manually bring it all over the place. Just give it that little bit of shiny patch. A little bit of water just adds definition and interest to an image. And it also gives you that beautiful reflection. So this time we're going to use our little softbox here. There we go. One there, we'll give it that. Give it that. Put a softbox in here. A couple little extra shots. Let's see what that looks like. And that is beautiful. We got highlights coming in on the top here. All of our surfaces, like we can show definition in everything we've got. Be great if I could make it a little bit darker in here. I'm just going to try this as a 6-second exposure, which is really pushing it, but we're going to try and give this a go. So we've got nice light on that, but it's not giving us that little bit of separation is great to have. Let's give this one more go here. Again at 1/4 speed or 1/4 power. Let's see what that does. Well, that's not bad. I think my favorite is still going to be using our little diffusion panel. So what we're going to do one more time here. Sharp, but I got my my diffuser in the way of that. So let's give this another run. All right, last go.